everybody. I'm Susan Collini, and welcome to our Renaissance Center and Francis J. Collini and Collini Laser Clinic and Age of Innocence Roundtable 2021. I can't believe it, we're in a new year. And it actually seems like it's been a long time since we've done this and not just a month. I don't know about all of you, but it's been a very long month. And so, I'd like to fill everybody in on what's going on with us. We've got our empty seat here because believe it or not, Dr. Collini is going to show face. So we're leaving that spot open for him. He's finishing an emergency right now. So as soon as he's finished, he's going to jump right in. And so we'll be switching gears when he jumps on board. And I'd like to introduce everybody once again. So we're going to start off with, I'm going to let you all say your own names and tell everyone what you do, so it's not just my description.
All right, so I'm Ronnie. I'm one of Doctor's medical assistants here. I work with Marley in the office, and Nancy and Doctor most of the day on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I see you when you come in. We get you in the room and take care of you.
And you scrub in the OR, too.
And I'm scrubbing in the OR.
That's
so, yeah,
right.
I'm doing
That's
a lot.
right.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
I do IT work, so you gotta get the computer
We are
going.
very thankful we have Ronnie with us, always.
So, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm Derek. I'm an esthetician. I've been doing it about 10 years, and I am also the director of the Laser Center. So I can tell you about all your laser needs and skin needs.
Skin needs, that's right. I'm Susan Collini. I'm the administrator here, so I do all the things that nobody else wants to do.
Which is like everything.
and try to be informative and bring our philosophy of letting you know as much information as we know so that you can make great educated decisions about things that you'd like to do and your changes that you'd like to make.
I'm Marley. I'm a physician assistant. I'm a fairly new member of the team. I work with Doctor in the office as well as in the OR here, and I also do the vitamin drips here too, which we'll be talking about, I'm sure, more later.
That's right.
Hi everyone, I am Sarah Collini. I am the manager of AOI, and I help with social media here for AOI and with the laser clinic. And I can help you schedule, make appointments, and help you answer any questions.
I'm Ashley. I'm one of the estheticians, and I'm also currently going through the nursing school process. So I will be doing aesthetics as well as nursing in the future. My passion is plastic surgery, and yeah.
Awesome.
Well, great. So welcome team. And you'll see different members coming in and out. I guess today Karen's not here, so we do have some folks that you might see and be introduced to in the future. But for the short term, I really want to talk about, we've titled this whole segment, New Year, New You. And I think that that's really important. So I think before we even get started there, we just need to address the little issue on COVID and what's going on, because now there are lots of changes to the situation at hand. And I'd like to think that we're very, very on board with the CDC and all the regulation and the different things that are happening without trying to build up or jump onto the hysteria that can happen. I need to knock on wood right now because we have been open through this entire process. Parts of us were closed in the very beginning. Age of Innocence obviously was. The surgery portion was closed for those first 2 months, like all surgeries. But as of May 1st, we have been in full operation, and we actually have been busier than we have ever been, knock on wood. So how we have addressed COVID, I think, is very, very important, and what we've done here to keep ourselves protected as well. And knock on wood, we have 30 staff members here, and not one of us have come up with COVID. And I think that that's a testimonial to ourselves and the process that we have here at the center and how clean and sterile we keep it. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. So I don't want to think that we have the magic button, but we are doing everything that we can to protect ourselves. And now, we have all been fortunate enough, because we are a medical community and a medical facility, that we were allowed to be able to get the vaccine. So as of this week, all of us here were were able to get the vaccine. So we have the first portion on board. So you will see us still distancing here for this segment. By the time we do our February 2nd, or our February segment of Facebook Live, we will have our second phase of vaccine on board. So at that point, you're going to see us get a little closer, a little tighter together. We can hug again. I know that the medical community still wants everybody to still practice different things because you don't know what's out there. But amongst ourselves, because we are tight knit, we all know what we've done and what we're doing. We will be able to, sit at a table and be a true round table again. And so I'm preparing everybody in case they see us, in February, that's what our intention is.
And I think one of the things that shows us in this business, and this has really been a test of our cleanliness and the things that we've already been doing. We've already always used these precautions. We've never wanted to spread infection. We're so careful with those things to begin with. And I think that this just proved that we're doing our due diligence and we really didn't change. We've always been very diligent with this stuff. So I think it's a test to the whole staff and what everyone's been doing to keep us all safe and keep our clients and patients safe.
I think we've had a little bit more of hyper awareness, like everyone. So we did extra things that we have done. We've gone through that. You can look at all our old segments. I don't want to reinvent the wheel here and reiterate all those things. But you can find all those things online on our Facebook page on what we do and the practices that we do to ensure our safety and yours. I mean, we want to make sure that our patients feel very confident when they come here. So that's a good thing. So hopefully now 2021, we'll be looking up with regard to the coronavirus, and then we can get on and continue to do the things that we do so well. That being said, I think we can kick that subject to the curb for the time being. That's right. So I think now, new year, new you. It is a genre that we bring up every year. I know everyone has a New Year's resolution that they'd like to address, and those New Year's resolutions are everything from personal growth to physical changes to whatever. So because this topic today is going to be evolving based on what I hear, we're a little open-ended. I'm going to go around with all the staff members and say, what's your New Year's resolution, or what do you want to do this year? And since Ronnie's looking at me like this, I'm going to go to Ashley first and go backwards. And so I would like to do it backwards, and then that will inspire some conversation about how we can introduce some of their needs, wants, and desires into what you can do and what we can do for you at the Renaissance Center and the laser clinic. So Ash, what's your New Year's resolution?
Well, I got a lot of them. So probably one of the big ones, honestly, is like everybody probably here wants to work on their body, their fitness, their fitness goals. That's definitely something I'm striving to do. Eating cleaner, healthier, getting more water intake. And also, too, just working to become the best version of myself, like in my career, going to school, furthering educating myself. I think you can never learn too much, so definitely learning more about my craft, learning more about nursing and healthcare, and just working in the environment, and really just working on myself to be the best version I can be.
Touche, that was robust.
Yeah.
That's a robust goal.
I like your goals. Keep those crystals around.
Yes, and I'm working on my spiritual self as well, so manifesting all my goals and desires, and
All right, Sarah, you're up.
Well, my husband and I have been both trying to just work out more, and now that I have this fancy Apple Watch, I've been really trying to get a lot more steps in and complete my rings for the day. I've been pretty good the last couple days, and just trying to get more water intake, and just trying to be as healthy as I can be to continue throughout this coronavirus pandemic. So just trying to focus on myself and staying positive, and learning more here so that I can help everyone. So.
Great, Sarah. Actually, what you just said, focusing on being positive, I think that takes, I'd like to get into a little bit of that as well. I think that we need to, I'm not the guru on spirituality here by any stretch of the imagination, but I really do feel that being around positive people that want to help you maintain your goals or to seek out your goals is very important. I think trying to get rid of the naysayers and the people that bring you down is something that I think.
This is what I have to say about naysayers and negative people.
Because right now we need it. We've all been isolated. There's no going out. There's not doing a lot of things. So trying to stay positive is really important. So that was a great goal. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, Marley, you're up.
Well, I also am trying to exercise more. Definitely with COVID not going out, it's just more like cozy time, watching more movies than ever. So trying to exercise more and also trying to incorporate more vegetables into my diet. Because I feel like I eat relatively healthy and clean, but just getting more veggies. So I've been drinking smoothies in the morning and putting spinach in them. And also reading more, reading a little bit every night, because I often will just read in huge chunks, which isn't good because you can't remember all of that. So trying, forcing myself, even if I'm tired at night, to just read a little bit every night, so that way I can remember more, and it's more beneficial than trying to study a bunch of things all at one time. So.
That's a good one. Mental stability. I like that
That's
one.
important.
All right, I'm going to bypass mine. I'm going to go right to Derek.
So, one thing that COVID has allowed me to do, and it sort of was a blessing in disguise for people, I think, is it allowed me to sort of shrink my life a little bit. So it allowed me to really look at things and think of what I want and where I want to be. And of course, it's always with skincare, and it's always with business. So we're just always trying to invent new ways to make things better in the laser clinic. So that's honestly one of my biggest goals. Of course, I have personal ones that are like a constant thing to work on. I want to exercise, and we're pretty good about that. We're pretty healthy, and staying positive as well. But the main thing is just like staying ahead on the business and just feeling good about everything that we have to offer and what we're doing. And I'm always coming up with new ways to blend things and blend treatments to get the best results that we can. So that's honestly one of my biggest goals, is just keep learning and keep striving in the business.
Great job. That helps us all. When you want to do that as your goal, it helps all of us. Okay, Ronnie, you're up.
So, after 2020, it was crazy with everything going on. So
hopefully anything is going to be up.
Exactly. So, for myself, I really want to focus on, I got to do a little bit more reading, do a little bit more focus in there, and better eating, a little bit more exercising. We're good, but we could definitely do a little bit better. This year I was a little lazy. I'd like to get out hiking more and just enjoy the outside. That's always the goal for myself. But yeah, and of course do good in the business. I love this place. So.
Well, that's good. Okay, so now it's up to me to tell you what my New Year's resolution is. Obviously, personal ones are like everybody else: health, fitness, maintaining, relativity in the business. That's a big goal for me professionally, is making sure that we're vibrant, we can produce the best things for you. So that being said, I think the commonality, and I think that's what's going to drive this conversation now as far as plastic surgery and fine-tuning other things that you can't do. Obviously, fitness, body, that kind of genre, that just has connected us all.
There's
I think that's
easier ways to do it. My mom will not like hearing that, but there's easier ways to get that body.
So we do not negate exercise or eating healthfully. Those go hand in hand. Remember that plastic surgery or any of the treatments that we do really require that you do some changing in your own philosophy, your own lifestyle, your own everything, so you can maintain it. But that being said, I know I see a lot of patients and hear from a lot of patients every day, and they want to get their body jump-started to help them on this journey. So that could be anything from, okay, we can be doing some light work as far as we can do some cool sculpting to reduce fat, some verjus, M-Sculpt as far as laser, so we can do the non-invasive procedures, and then we can get into more aggressive treatments, which is liposuction and or tummy tucks.
But I think it also is as simple as even just a simple injection of Botox into the glabella, lessening those lines. I mean, I think that could really be
Facial
a
rejuvenation
Kickstarter.
is a key
Yeah,
for anybody at my
anyone.
age. Let's not go there.
I'm there. I'm there
Wait,
too.
wait a minute. What year were you born?
I'm there too. 87.
Wait a minute. Now that doesn't work. I'm 58, so there's a big separation of church and state here. But I think that that is one of the nicest things that we do here. I think we are our patients' advocates and they're cheerleaders, and we want them to feel as good themselves as they can. And sometimes, God didn't always give us the right whatevers, and we're fortunate enough to have Dr. Kalina, and we can do a little bit that you might not be able to do yourself. That's right. I know that's helped a lot of people that I know of as well.
Some people, you're born with a body shape, and that's, I know everybody likes these shapely, this shapely body that's out, and sometimes it really does take you either going into a surgical realm or going into the cool sculpting. And just to touch a little on the cool sculpting, a great thing about cool sculpting and lipo is that you could be molded without having to have all of this weight loss. I know all the girls are about keeping that booty,
Yes.
so it's always about that round shape. So if you're going on this huge weight loss program, you might lose that.
Yeah.
So those are the times that, this little tweak of doing either cool sculpting or liposuction to maintain that body that you're looking for, it's a really good outlet for doing that without having so much weight loss.
Speaking of the booty glute area too, the M-Sculpt is really good for giving you that shape, that more rounded, lifted look. It's not surgery, it's not going to be a BBL or a Brazilian butt lift effect, but it definitely will if you're looking to jumpstart. Let's say you want that Coke bottle shape, you're looking to get into that. M-Sculpt is really good because it's going to give you that effect without killing yourself in the gym doing thousands of squats. I mean, I've been there personally myself, killing myself in the gym doing it, but the M-Sculpt is really good to help you really just give that nice round lifted shape.
We found such success with the M-Sculpt in that round shape that Ashley just described, that we had too much success.
I don't want this thing.
I love that generation. I'm a Tootie. We just had no backside. This is different. This is new to me. But one of the things, we do BBLs in the Renaissance Center, and I think we're really good at it. And people aren't aware of that. I think people say, you need to advertise more. And I say, we're on Facebook. We try to tell people. But I think until you hear us, until you tune in, you really don't know. But one of the things that we are now looking at is with our BBL procedure, we're also going to incorporate the M-Sculpt prior to the procedure, just getting that extra butt shape and that muscle lift, I think is really going to help in their outcome. And doing it prior to the procedure, I think, is going to be helpful. So we're looking at that. We're always looking at incorporating all the
Combination
wonderful
therapies.
things that we do in getting the combination to get the best result for the patient.
And just for an example of that, for anyone who doesn't know what the M-Sculpt or cool sculpting is, so M-Sculpt it's a brand new technology. It actually was something that came out that was almost as big of a change as when Botox hit the market. It was the first of its kind. It works amazingly. It's an MRI technology that works in a sense of a TENS unit, but it's way stronger. It's not like an actual TENS unit that forces your musculature. It doesn't work with any other tissue, but it goes right into the muscle. So what it does is it forces you to contract actually more than you would have a contraction with a squat. So when you're getting one treatment, it's 4 treatments that you would do for any given area. In the buttocks specifically, 4 treatments in that area. And you're going to get 20,000 of those muscle contractions in one treatment. So this is giving you up to 19% they're getting now of an increase in that muscular density. So the thing about that is you can't find muscular, even when you work out, you're still not getting that muscle as dense as they can with this new technology. So when we blend things like making sure the structure underneath is good and strong, and we have that muscle building. So we can do that very easy with you just laying down and getting it done. And then he can go in and give you that cinch side look with the lipo, and then re-inject the fat into the areas that you want it. You also have the muscle tone now, and you have the smoothness of the fat injection on the outside of that. So we're sort of taking care of things from every angle. We're working from the inside out, because you want that. You want the musculature underneath that Brazilian butt lift. You want to have that structure.
And that's a really good point, because when we do the liposuction, when people bring in pictures and show us what they like to look like, I mean, sometimes it's a little difficult, because some people want more side, they want to look hippier from the front, some people want more projection from the rear, some people want both. So every patient is different. You can't just automatically look like Kim Kardashian because you're going to have this procedure. People are shaped differently, they have different fat content, so if somebody is relatively thin, it's actually going to be a little bit harder to get that shape for them, because we have to take the fat from somewhere to build it up. So sometimes this gets into conversations with our patients, like they need to gain a little bit of weight, and then we need to like reshape them a little bit, because whether we like it or not, this new shape that is so in vogue is not natural to the female body. It really isn't. And so, right. I mean, we have some of that, but we don't have all of it. Some have, parts of it and all of it, but that particular shape, some women are blessed with it, but most people aren't. And so that particular shape is something that we need to address.
It takes a little more to build it than
Right.
what some people think, and that's when you want to create those expectations. And
Right.
the M-Sculpt is also something you can continue doing after surgery, so it's something that you could do multiple times. It doesn't have to stop there. You can get more muscle density out of it, and it does not. It can be applied to the stomach. There's two different ways that it can be done. So when it's done on the buttock, it does not touch the fat. I know that everybody asks that question. It does not do anything to fat. It's just working on the muscles. And maybe I should explain a little about cool sculpting.
Go ahead. You got the floor.
Sorry.
You got the floor.
I realized I'll talk about the cool
No,
sculpting. So cool sculpting this is something which will be coming to you soon. For the new year, we're gonna work on Ashley a little bit. She's gonna be one of our guinea pigs, so we'll show you our progress with that.
Yes.
So the great thing about cool sculpting is that you can get that permanent cinching without losing weight, because it's gonna go in and it freezes the fat, and you're gonna get about a 20% reduction of that area with each treatment that you do. So if you wanted a non-surgical way, you can get very similar results to a liposuction in certain areas of the body, like if you wanted to do waistline and cinch that waistline. What I tell people about cool sculpting is just be a little bit patient. Your body has to naturally process that, so you're not going to walk in here and then walk out with a Brazilian butt lift. So when you get into the realm of what Ashley and I and Karen are doing with lasers, it's time. It's a little bit more time than the surgical realm, but we can get you to a good place that you want to be as well. And that's when you make that decision. Well, I want this. I want to look like that in a week. So that's where these decisions lie. Whether you want this fast, or you want the surgery, or you would rather have a more gradual outcome, which they're both just as well.
I'm really excited to see this whole thing that we're testing, because someone like me, from this big booty Coke bottle generation, I was desiring that. I was looking at maybe going for a BBL, but the problem is with me, I'm very small. I do have the natural curve. The only problem is where I want it more exaggerated, I don't necessarily have enough fat to get that transferred.
So we're going to shrink somewhere else.
Shrinking somewhere else and doing the cool sculpting is great for, people like me, if you're out there who's a little bit on the thinner side, but you still want that shape. Between cool sculpting, M-sculpting, eating clean, working out in the gym, you can also get that similar desired BBL result. It's just like Derek said, it's going to take a lot more time, a little bit more effort, but you could always achieve your goals, your desires, your dreams. Just sometimes it takes a little longer to get there. Patience too.
That being said, you've just heard the younger generation's theory on body shape. I'm talking to those that are in my generation. We just want the belly gone. We want to be able to wear stretchy pants and not have this lumpy bumpy all the way down the side. We want to have some smooth, just some smooth contour. We don't have to be skinny like little Twinkies again, which we're never going to be. I hate to admit that, but it's not going to happen because those of us that are my age and older or whatever, it's very, very touchy to lose too much weight, because when you lose too much weight, you lose it in your face, and then you will never gain it back, and that ages you, and that's when you see really very fit 60-something-year-old women, and they're very fit. Sometimes they actually are a little bit pruny in the face because they just have no fat to support that. So that's no wrinkles, is because my face is a little fatter.
And that's where, like, you know, lipo and cool school, because
Right.
you can target fat without
Targeting,
being
that's
lost,
the
main
beauty
loss
of it. But for those women that really aren't looking for, you know, to change their shape for a booty, and they're really trying to just maintain, you know, not having, you know,
The muffin
belly or muffin top as we call it, or, you know, not, you know, just being smooth and looking good in your clothes. I mean, that's what I think most women are looking forward to. You know, not that that isn't justified what we're trying to do with Ashley or whatever with the BBL, but I think that most women that really seek out our help, they're really just trying to look better in their clothes. They just want to feel good, look good, and be shapely. And that doesn't mean an unusual shape. I think it just means shapely for our generation
You
of
feel
shape.
good in your clothes.
Right, right. And I think on that note, because we're getting down to the wire here as far as time, and it looks like Dr. Clean is really held up. So the one other thing that I heard in the group about what we all are personally want to do for the new year, we all talked about health and vitamins and that type of thing. So at this point, I want to turn it over to Marley, because Marley is now taking over our vitamin drip therapy, which is a very, very cool thing. So Marley, I'm just going to give it right over to you.
Okay, yeah. This is a great, you know, New Year's resolutions. Like everyone, I think, mentioned hydration and eating healthy. So, you know, a good way to kickstart that would be with a vitamin drip. Or if, you know, you are kind of eating healthy and trying to do all the things, but you still just kind of feel like you're dragging, you know, a vitamin drip might be something you'd want to try. We are offering an energy vitamin drip and a cosmetic vitamin drip and a healing vitamin drip. And Derek, you had the energy vitamin drip, and you felt great after. You just recently had one, yeah.
And one thing, because it's not about my health, it always goes back to the skin.
Yeah.
She gave me.
Yes.
And I've also noticed this in patients. I want to say we had one in particular that I could not believe. She wasn't a water drinker, but I could not believe the hydration in her skin after she did a couple of them consecutively. But you gave me that extra, the antioxidant shot, and my skin looked phenomenal for about a week. I mean, it really helped really well.
Difference.
And yeah, I had lots of energy from it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive things from the patients who've had them. Some people have gotten them because they have chronic headaches, it's helped their headaches. And then some people have been getting them after surgery, and it's really helpful because if they just had surgery, they're not really, you know, sometimes you don't feel super great, you don't have a really big appetite, and it's nice because they just sit in our lovely comfy chairs in the back and hang out with me for an hour and just, yeah.
Get some vitamins.
Get some
and that's-
vitamins, yeah.
I noticed too, because I told you after, I didn't realize I was walking around so sore.
Yeah,
I was
Derek.
very sore. I was working out, and sometimes I beat my body up a little, but after she did it, I woke up in the morning and I felt so much better. That was the first thing that I noticed.
Yeah,
besides the skin.
which is really cool.
We always want to concentrate on the skin. How do we feed that skin? It's always about the skin.
Yeah, and recently we had a person too who had some absorption problems. Like she had a lot of stomach issues, so she just felt like she wasn't getting, you know, through her diet, she just wasn't really achieving, you know, absorbing all of the vitamins, minerals, proteins that she needed to heal well and just feel great. So, and this really helped her too, so.
I think that the really great thing that people should know about vitamin drip, you don't have to have surgery or a treatment here to get vitamin drip. So you can call us up and Marley will schedule you. And, you know, the vitamin drip is also basically a prescription on vitamins. So if there's something that you would like to target, Marley has done great research on this, and she's really
Yes.
done a lot of work on it and providing the best vitamin therapy for you and the needs that you have. And we'll be the first ones to tell you if it's something that we really can't treat, and we can go from there. It looks like she had a little coughing jab there. We'll let you go there, Marley. Trying to avoid not taking the, she choked on that little bit of water that she had. But I think that that's an important thing, and Marley does a great job. So I know that vitamin drip therapy is really up and coming for the millennials too, because they like it the morning after usually. That hydration the morning after. So those are things that we do here, and it's just again one more effort to incorporate things around health and beauty.
And it's great now because of, you know, everyone wants that immune boost and everyone's worried about having a strong immune system. This is something that you don't rely on your absorption, it's right into your system. So higher
Everything
levels
is
of
great.
vitamin C's, vitamin D, she could
And the
personalize
vitamin
all those
B's I
things.
think are always huge. I
Yes.
love vitamin B. It's very hard to get your body to
Yes.
just absorb it orally. So being able to get it IV is
I love
crucial.
them.
I need to get one.
And
They're
so,
great.
yeah, we do. We're real fans. So, anyway, on that note, does anybody else, it doesn't look like Dr. Clooney's going to join us, and we've lost Marley, so we've got a big hole in our round table here. Does anybody else have anything to say for the new year, new you?
For the new year, I just, I get this question all the time, and some things are a little different in the bodies of men and women, but they are pretty much the same as far as treating things. And I have a lot of men that I think get a little bit timid about coming in to do this stuff, but it's for everybody. It's for men and women. You could build your arms, your triceps. If you're having trouble, you know, in the gym, getting that pump or can all be done on men. Cool sculpting can be done on men. It's the same thing. So a lot of men suffer with a lot of belly fat, love handles. I've had a lot of male clients that are very happy with it, but for some reason they're under the impression men can't do it. Absolutely,
they
men
can do
can
it.
do all the things that we do here. There's no restrictions. It's not like a frou-frou. It's just business. So
And
if
you're not
you want
the
to
only
come in
one.
and look better,
That's
we
right.
can do it.
That's right. So, I think on that note, here comes Marley, so we want to finish up with Marley being back up.
Choose
It was
one.
the
Lysol spray.
I
Well,
did
we're very
Lysol
sorry.
before we all sat down. I was hoping it was just a drink of water. So so,
Sorry.
yeah, unfortunately, that's always a worrisome thing about the chemicals that we use for cleaning, but it's a necessary evil, so. Anyway, on that note, so we're just finishing up. Is there anything else that any of you girls would like to mention about the new year, new you, and anything that you'd like our audience to think about?
I did just want to mention that if everyone wants to kind of keep checking our Facebook page and our different realms of social media, we are going to be, you know, offering some different specials and just keeping everyone aware of what's going on here and anything that you want to take advantage of. We will be posting shortly.
I think that that's a really great thing, and if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to hear in a roundtable, or good, bad, and the ugly, you know, put it on our Facebook page. You can put it where everybody can see it. You can contact us personally, privately, through the app as well, and or through a phone call. Our numbers are all listed. So I think that's important. We're trying to keep in touch with our community. I think that's important because some people just don't know what we do. We're trying to get that message out because I think we do it really well. And on that note, oh, did he peek? We're not going to let him pop in now because we'll be here for another hour now. We'll have to get him the next time around. So on that note, I'd like to wish everybody a new year and here's to a healthy and happy 2021. And we hope that you all do well, and we'll see you in February.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.